Hello, it's Basilisk here, and welcome back to another episode of Infinite Skies. And today, if you look at my suit, we're going to be doing nuclear reactors. Well, we're going to be supercharging a nuclear reactor setup. Right now, I have already got a nuclear reactor going, but it's a pretty small one, and we'll go have a look at that in just a minute. I've done a few things off camera here, so I'll show you around, and let's see what there is. Okay, so firstly, in this table we have all that we need to create 8 more nuclear reactors. Now, nuclear reactors have these reactor chambers, which are a basic machine casing surrounded by lead. And then to make the nuclear reactor, you put dense lead plates, an advanced circuit, and a generator. So let's get those. There we go. 8 nuclear reactors. Put those up there for a second. Don't need our jetpack on. So what have I done? Well, I did go ahead and automate this thermal centrifuge, so let's have a look at how that works. It's got an extractor module which will just take everything that it creates in there and puts it back into the system, and an active supplier which just keeps it full with uranium. So that's pretty good. This one here is the canning machine, and what this is set up to do is, using enriched uranium nuclear fuel and a fuel rod, we create our uranium fuel rods. So that's all automated there. This one here, by the way, is set up so that I can create overclockers, which I've been putting into a lot of machines to make them run faster. So, how do we create the nuclear fuel? Well, that would be over here. The enriched uranium, and that's just simply this recipe here with the uranium-238, the tiny pile of uranium, and more of the uranium-238. The next one up is creating quad fuel rods. So we've got the fuel rods and copper plates and iron. So all of that is automated. Over here we've got automation of heat vents. Very, very important for nuclear reactors, and I'll show you how that kind of works in just a second when we go over to our reactor, which is down on the power level and out here. I will wear my hazmat suit. I'm not expecting to be touching any of the radioactive substances because it's all automated out here, so that is awesome. Over here is our nuclear reactor, which makes an awful noise, but if we look in it, it has 2 of the quad fuel rods, and then it's got these overclockers and component heat vents and reactor plating. The reactor plating is mainly there just to fill in the gaps so that we can auto-populate these 2 slots. So how do these systems work? Well, the quad fuel rods generate 60 EU per tick. They also generate 96 heat units per tick. And you've got to dissipate that heat out of the nuclear reactor to be able to actually stop it from exploding, which we don't want it to explode, obviously. I mean, I built it all the way out here just in case, but the way that these overclocked heat vents work is they can take on 36 heat units per tick, I guess, and they can dissipate 20 of those out of the nuclear reactor. With this generating 96, each of these 4 overclocked heat vents will be taking on 24 heat units each. So they can only get rid of 20 of those. Now that's where the component heat vent comes in. This guy can, per component that it's next to, can dissipate out another 4 heat units. So that's 4 from this one and 4 from this one, making it to the total of 24 that each of these take on. So this is an absolutely stable system. It will not ever overheat, and it will work a charm. I'm not even using the power from this at the moment. I will use the power from these systems later, but what I'm mainly wanting is the byproduct, which is the depleted fuel rods, because from the depleted fuel rods, this one here, we can generate these tiny pile of plutonium, and we're going to need a lot of this. We're going to need a lot of this to be able to get into, and particularly these ones here, making these RTG fuels, making the MOX nuclear fuel, to make the iridium ore. You see where this is going, there's a lot of processing to go, and that goes down this path and gets to all of the later game stuff. All of these things, the sonarium alloy, the big one with this is the one that gets us into AE. So this is really the start of a path down to AE. Well, how does our automation here work? Well, on the input into the nuclear reactor, I have an active supply module which is saying to keep it stocked with the quad fuel rods. I'm thinking I'm going to change this to be infinite and just have one, and I think that should work. So I'll figure that out later. But what we've got here is active supply module and an advanced extractor module, which will only remove depleted uranium. So this will, once the uranium depletes, it will pull out the depleted ones, and then it will put in new quad fuel rods, which we can auto-craft, which is good, but it's going to take a long time to auto-craft and so on, and I really wanted just to get back on to generating for us. So I've got this chest here, which has 32 quad fuel rods, and that one is set up with a active supply module saying to keep it full with 32, and bulk 50. I don't actually want it on that. I want it on partial, probably. Bulk 50, by the way, will just say that it will refill it once it gets below 50%. Partial just means it will refill it whenever anything's missing from there. So, let's get on with creating a new nuclear reactor. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put the next one out this side. So there's a 3 gap, and then we're going to go here. We want, actually I'll just make some planks for now, because I want to put the reactor up there, because this one is going to be a bit better than that last one. We're going to add on 6 reactor chambers to that. So over here I've got all the stuff I need for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reactor chambers, and these can just go on each side like this, and up on top and down the bottom. We can get down the bottom once we go down there. We're also going to want an active supplier and an advanced extractor, and a whole lot of heat vents, component heat vents, and these reactor platings. So we're going to join up. We can just come straight off here, join up over here, and we will put our last reactor chamber on there. As you can see, we get more room from that. You get an extra row, column per reactor chamber. So with this, I'm basically going to repeat this design here 2 more times. And the reason for doing that is I know that that's stable. There are more efficient layouts that you can do, and there are more you can fit in 7 of the quads into one of these and still have it fully stable. But this one's easy to know that you've got it right. So I'm not going to hook this up just yet. Well, I'll hook it up, but I won't put the pipes, the active requester or anything like that into it, because I first want to make sure that we lay out our components. We're going to need all of these and these and all of those other heat overclocked things too, overclocked heat vents. Let's start laying this out. And this is why I decided to go with this one. I mean, it's really easy to do without even looking at anything. So this needs to go next to those two, that one next to those two. These fill in the gaps, and we can just continue on like so. And we'll have more down there. And then it's going to be the same. I'm going to lay it out like this. Just repeating the pattern over again, and the same here. Like that. Now I need to go grab more of those overclocked heat vents, all of these. It's a shame that these things don't stack. It's slightly annoying. Bring them over and place them in. And there, and there. I've done something wrong here, and I can tell it very easily. Those go over there. And that's the beauty of this layout. It's a repeated pattern, and it is easy to see whether you're right or wrong. And so we've got 4 more. Place the last 4. And now these 6 spots are going to be where the quad fuel cells go into. So let's go downstairs and set that up. Now I don't have any on me, so how am I going to set up that I want this active supplier module to request them? Well, one of the great things that you can do, and let's just go quad here. One of the great things you can do is actually drag from here. I mean, it looks like I've got the items, but I don't. But you can actually just use them inside this filter. Like if I tried to put that into my inventory, it won't actually go there. I don't have the item, but you can use it to filter with. So that's like really handy. So that's going to now say that. And same thing with the other one. We don't even have to wait to get it depleted. We can take the depleted uranium one, just click down and hold down, and then you've got control of it. Once you've moved it, you don't need to hold the button down. Right click in there, and it places a single item in there. So that's the quad fuel rod depleted uranium. I can put that one in, and now it will extract any of those that are in here. None are in here. I can put this one in, and it should send a whole bunch of those over, fill in all of the gaps. Well, that looks good. I'm liking that so far. And the final thing that we have to do, I need some cobblestone, so change that back. We need a stick. Put that on top. Make a lever. Come over here and add the lever onto there turn it on. Now, we should not see this core temperature raise. And I don't see it raising, so that looks like it is a winner. We have our first proper sized reactor. Now I am going to upgrade this one to be the full size like that, and as you saw, I've got another 7 that I'm going to build. I am going to have 9 of these reactors like that out here, all fully automated, all making us the depleted uranium that we need so much of. I am also going to set up the power supply for these. I mean, why waste all of this power? With those 9 reactors, I kind of worked it out that it should be around about 15,000 RF per tick, and there are plenty of things that we can do with 15,000 RF per tick. So what I'll do now is I'll go away and set up all of those other reactors around here. Though, before I do that, I just want to test one thing. These are going to be difficult to move. Being industrial craft, you tend to break things when you try to move them, so I have heard that dollies can be used to move industrial craft machines. I wonder whether it works for the reactors, and also whether it works for the reactors when they have items in them. Now this is going to be interesting. I'll make sure I've got my suit on for this. Can I pick that up? I can pick it up. I can put it back down, and it loses most of the stuff out of it. Okay, well that's a lesson learned, that you can move the machines this way, but you do lose stuff. It seems to have only retained information about certain slots, like this isn't even where that item was, so that's not so good. Can I, if I pick it back up and place it down there, it's not going to have, wait 1 second, I've got my suit on, yes. I just realised that that was going to try and restock all of this with it. Okay, so I've lost the items out of there. Oh well, I'll set it back up to have all of the stuff it's supposed to have. Set it up like that, and we'll be away and laughing. So when we come back, I'll have all those set up, and we will get that wired into our power system. That's going to be interesting. And there we have 9 fully done reactors. This is the last one that I just set up, and it's only just started, whereas the first one is about halfway done. So that's kind of good that they're all staggered. It's just the time it took to make all of the, even autocrafting, to make all of the heat exchanges that, or the heat vents, the overclocked heat vents that really spread that out. But yeah, I've had a bit of time to actually do stuff while this was doing the autocrafting, and I've been thinking about getting the power from this out somewhere, and we have to look at high voltage stuff. So the MV ones can take 1,000 or 1,024 RF per tick. The high voltage ones can take about 8,000. Each of these reactors is putting out 360 EU, which I'm pretty sure is 4 times that to get to the RF. So that's 12 and a bit more, 1440 for each of these, I think. Pretty sure that's about what it is. So 1440 for each of those. So we need something better than the MV coming off them. And then we've got a problem of how to transport that or even use it anywhere. So I came up with a little bit of a solution. As I said, I've had a bit of time to do a couple of things while that was autocrafting. And let's go to our autocrafting setup over here. Look at this. Tesseract frame. I have set up the autocrafting all for that. We've got frequency, transmitter, advanced machine frame, double layer capacitor, teleporter, glass fibers, octatic capacitors, and the energium dust. All of that is needed for a Tesseract frame. There are some things that aren't autocrafted in the chain of that, but I made one just to test it earlier. We're going to need more than one, but here we go. We'll request one of those. Like Signalum. Signalum is one that we don't have. Well, now the interesting thing about Signalum actually is we do have it. Then why? Oh, it needs more than that. Okay, we can autocraft Signalum, but just the ingots. It doesn't know about conversion of ingots to the nuggets. Once the ingots are in our system, they are available as nuggets because they are in a compacting drawer. So that's this one here. But we need to get them in there first. I do have Signalum set up to autocraft, so that is all good. That's done over here at this alloy smelter, and it's getting on to it right now, making us some Signalum. We should now be able to put that back into the system. Is that enough to request a Tesseract? It's not down there yet. Yep, there we go. Tesseract is on its way to being produced. So, this is quite interesting to watch because there's a lot of stuff that goes on. It's making electronic circuits and insulated copper wires and advanced machine frames and all sorts of things. It does take a few minutes though. I had to manually create these ender electron tubes. We will get to automating those pretty soon, I think. Those and all of the other electron tubes. I have some ideas about those. So this is on its way. Once that is done, I'll bring you back and we'll connect up that, and especially want to get the power up here. These machines, especially the ones with the overclockers in, I can run them a lot faster than this, and overclockers are cheap now, and the only problem is getting the power into them. So transferring power directly from our reactors up to these machines through Tesseracts will be awesome. Oh, it's done. There we go. Didn't have to wait. Okay, so now we need some ender pearls. We'll need, so to fill them up, it is 1,000. So that's 4 ender pearls each. There we go. Grab the ender pearls. We'll have to go down another couple of levels to be able to do this. I have not set up auto crafting for the crucible and fluid transposer yet. That will also be something that we'll want to do. Tesseract frames are full. We need to now go wrap them in some stuff. I'm just making some more of the HV wire connectors at the moment because running out of well, I'm going to need more than the 8 that I originally made. Okay, so to finish off the Tesseract, I'll put those in there, and we want to click that in. We have the thermal foundation bronze and the immersive engineering silver, I think. Yes, there we go. 1 and 2. 2 tesseracts. Okay, so let's go out to our reactors. They are awfully noisy out here though, so that's a bit of a pain. I wonder whether a sound muffler would work for that. Okay, so we want to put an HV wire connector on top of each of these. And 1, 2, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so now let's make something for these to come into. We can put one of our tesseracts down, say, here. Let's set that up now to say, set frequency 1 and call it power. So that's this machine. Enabled, ignored. We want to set it up to just energy send. So that is now set. And we're actually going to have to use 2 of these to get the power in, because this is more than the 8,000 that these handle. Or 4,000 apparently. Okay, we might need to use even more. So let's go like that. Now if we... Where shall I put this? If I put down one of these, say, here, and put the post on top, and then we need our engineer's hammer. Here we go, we've got our engineer's hammer. With the engineer's hammer, we can hit this, which puts a little post out. I only found this out the other day, which is pretty cool. These have to be on the underside of a block, so that should work. Can I join up a wire from there to there? Yes. Okay, so all of these can go through there. Like so. I don't really like where that one is, so I'm going to redo that. Put that one on top. And there. Okay. Now, to go through this relay and going through these wires, 32,000 RF can travel along these wires and through the relays, so that is not a problem. It's just the endpoints that actually matter. And I'm assuming kind of that it will actually even out across these connections. We'll figure that out over time, I'm guessing, if we don't have all the power coming in that we want. But if I connect all these up here, we should now have a bunch of energy available to us on the other end of that. Okay, so let's go connect up at least one machine just to see how it goes. Oh, that's much better. The noise is gone. Okay, so up to our auto crafting machines, which are over here. Down to our service area for them. And we want to put a tesseract somewhere here. Now this is going to be slightly tricky. Can I fit one of these? Not enough room, I'm guessing. No, I can't put that there. The problem is that these HV wire relays have to be on the bottom of a block. So I can't put it down on the ground like I've done with this here. if I put it there, and say, take that one off, can I connect an HV there and a wire from that to that? Okay, that works. Let's just connect up the rest of these. Okay, those are all connected up there. Now if I bring the other tesseract, and let's place that down the middle of a room, say there. And I'll connect that up to the power, and say energy mode receive only. Now we can also put the 4 connectors on like so, and wire them up to there. That one, and that one. So now, theoretically, we have a lot more power coming over to our auto-processing systems over here. I wonder the best way of testing that. I do have a lot of overclockers available, I think. 8. Okay. Let's grab those, and let's iron plates, say. Let's ask for 192 of those, so it should make 2 more stacks of iron plates. They're going to come over to this machine here, and if I put in all of those overclockers, will the power be able to keep up with it? I'm not sure, not quite, but it's definitely better than what it was before. So it can take 9. Oh, look at that. That is brilliant. Quick crafting there now. And we have got on the road to the start of AE. Start of getting our plutonium and being able to create our AE system and some of the later game stuff. So that will be all for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing this overpowered uranium reactor setup that I've got going there. I seriously hope that that does not explode. That was a lot of work to put together, so yeah, I think I've done it all right, and all the machines seem to be running at the core temperature isn't going up. So we'll see next time. Next time, if there's a big hole in the world over there, you'll know that something went wrong. But until next time, take care. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you again later. Bye!